Hello, Rolling Hills community. This is Tony English from English Realty. I want to make a video about our association and HOA and community. This is not an official HOA video. I'm speaking as a resident community member here in Rolling Hills, so not official. A disclaimer, ding, ding, ding. I just want to make an announcement that I am not running again for the board. It was such an honor to run, and in fact, I got the most votes ever. And it was really warmed my heart that everybody trusted me so much. I ran for the board because I wanted to make sure that we protect the values and make sure that we get the values of these houses up as much as we can. And I had certain opinions on that, which was really nice to be able to see come into fruition. I'm leaving the board only because I was losing listings because of my participation in the board. You know, when we had to raise HOA dues, which is something I was against in theory until I saw the details of what we needed to do, and we're probably going to need to raise it more, and I don't want to really be part of that because people get mad. Also, you know, the architectural committee going around and finding people and that kind of thing, I don't want to be a part of that. I make enemies. And also, people have directions they want to go on the board, in the community. And when the board disagrees with them, they stigmatize me for that. And so I realized that after losing a couple listings and many tens of thousands of dollars, I decided it was not wise for me to stay on the board. However, that being said, we have an amazing board, and they're doing such a good job, and I'll list the things that we're doing that are really, really amazing. I hope that everybody continues to support the board, and I'll go into that in the details. But the HOA dues are going to go up, and that's going to be kind of traumatic, but it's a lot better than the getting an assessment, because if we get an assessment on the community on each house, then the values go way down. So the board is doing a great job of trying to mitigate the financial issues that we're having, and I think it's really working out very, very well. I just want to brag about the things we did. When I got on the board, we changed the management company. We struggled with them for a long time, and they were just really not doing a good job for us. I won't go into all the details, but it was really not working out for us. We went to Keystone, and we had a couple really great managers. The current manager, Adrian, is unbelievable. She's sharp as can be. She's very good with people. She knows what she's doing. She's detail-oriented. She works through all the issues really well. She works with the board really well. She doesn't take sides. She doesn't, push one agenda over another. She listens to what everybody votes on, and then she goes in that direction. Very neutral, which was not the case before. So really proud of changing HOA companies. It's a very, very good professional company. Now I want to talk about the gates. We had to change the gate company, and because they were not doing a good job, they were kind of taking advantage of us financially and other ways. So we ended up making a change, although we had a contract that ran out to just about right now. So you'll notice that the gates were having problems recently, and we called them up and they wouldn't come out because they've already been paid, and they're sort of passive-aggressively angry at us for firing them. But that's changing right now. The new gate company starts, I think, this week or very soon. So that problem is going to be solved, and we have a much better gate company now that's going to be very honest. They know what they're doing, and I'm proud of that. We improved the water irrigation. We have these sensors now that don't waste water. So we were spending like $50,000 a year on water, and so we're going to lower that bill with just some new technology. So that's really great. We changed our pool man, and pool maintenance company is doing a great job. Sean Ramsey Pools, if you need a pool man, he does residential too. But it's a great change, and the pool's been pristine ever since, and he stays on top of it. He's in there multiple times per week working on it. We made a bunch of adjustments on the budget. We did an analysis of the budget, and we really looked at every little detail. And I just want to give Chris Solario a shout out, because he is unbelievable on the details of going in and saving money. He argues for every $10 here and there. He fights with people. He really is assertive. He's not aggressive, but he's assertive. And he really saves us so much money in the long run. It adds up so quick, and he's doing a great job. And then we fixed the tennis courts. The tennis courts are going to be an ongoing project, and Someday we're going to have to do a big project there, but we got the tennis courts and we put pickleball in there, which is awesome. When we go to sell a house, we check on the box pickleball, and it really adds value, and it's a kind of a new thing we're keeping up with the culture. The biggest thing is we made some practical changes to the ARC rules thanks to the hard work of Rachel Harrelson on the board. Rachel did a great job of getting the board to come to terms with the things we needed to update, but without becoming draconian or overbearing. And we finally got that all done. So it's I think generally a really, really great change and a really good update. Hard work on Rachel's part, and kudos to her. We hired a survey company. We found out that we didn't own the median over there off of Greenfield, and we were paying money for maintenance and water, and the trees were problems and liability and that kind of thing. So the city took it back, thank God. And then also, but a bigger issue is the wall next to Crown Valley Parkway along our property. That wall is falling apart, and we found out that we don't own the wall. It's the city's responsibility. We are having a problem with the city. They're not listening to us. They're kind of fighting us because they have power. So that's an issue that we're still working on, and hopefully we won't go to litigation on that. We might need down the road to get everybody to show up at a city council meeting and threaten not to vote for them. We might need to do some things like that, but hold on, stay tuned. We're working on it, and we're trying to figure it out. We don't want to go to litigation because they have deep pockets and we don't, so it's kind of a touchy situation, but I'm just going to tell you that's what's going on. And actually, we changed the cameras at the gates to high definition cameras, and really the cameras at the gates are really higher security than the gates themselves, because we can chase down criminals and find out who did what, and it really makes the community much, much safer. And the biggest thing, though, is we trimmed the budget, and we're really looking at every item and getting multiple bids. It's a lot of work, but it's really going to pay off in the long run. So I'm really proud of this board. They've done such a good job, and it's been an honor just to sit there and watch it all happen. Now, we do have like over 40 acres of green space here, and so we did change landscape companies. The landscape company before was we found out that they were cheating us. Maybe I shouldn't use the word cheating. They were overcharging, in our opinion. And so we ended up getting a new landscape company that's doing a great job. They're very fair priced. They listen to what we want. And one of the biggest issues I want to talk to about is the acacia is dying, and it's at the end of its useful life. And when we trim it, all we're going to have is wood sticks there now. So we're going to have to slowly but surely replace the acacia because it's expensive. And so you're going to see crews working on slopes here and there over the next several years or maybe decades, changing it out piece by piece. And I know it's loud, I know it's ugly, but I want to say a couple things. People get concerned that the slopes are going to slip during rains. That's not going to happen. The roots are deep into the ground, and it's not going to happen. We're going to put new acacia in that grows shorter and easier to take care of and lives longer. So we're going to improve the community, but it costs a lot of money. We're going to have to go piece by piece. The trees are very expensive to trim and to keep going, and we have to work within the season so we don't hurt the birds. And that's a big contentious issue in the community because some people want all the trees taken out, some want to save the trees. And we do have an issue that there's a disease in the trees, and some of them are going to have to be taken down. We're trying to save them with medication, but that's a very kind of a long shot. So in the future, you might get frustrated seeing a tree be taken down, but that's because it's dying and it's going to fall on cars and liability for all of us. So I just want everybody to know about the trees. The trees are an issue. And so that's the update on the issues. There's many smaller issues that I would love to talk about, but I don't have time here. Now, couple of things I would like to see happen. First of all, I want to go on record of I suggested to the board that we put some small amount of our reserves into Bitcoin because we have a big reserve for the slope maintenance, for the slope liability in case something happens, and we put them into treasuries, and those treasuries are very, very almost not keeping up with inflation, probably not quite keeping up with inflation, so they're going down in value over the years. I suggested putting like 5-10% into Bitcoin, and the board did not agree, which is okay. I didn't expect them to, but I just want to be on the record so down the road I can point to this video and say I told you so. But a couple other things we can do to add value to the community and thus raise our property values. I suggest we put a dog park at the far end of the park there that's not used for anything. We could gate it off and throw some chips down, and maybe put a couple fun little artifacts like a fire hydrant and a rock and that kind of thing in there, make it look pretty. And it would be a great community event for people with dogs to go visit and know each other. But also it would add value when we put it in the MLS for sale. It would check dog park on the community, private dog park. That would add so much value. I think we should put solar panels at the pool, not water ones, but electric ones, so that we can run the equipment cheaper. There's a couple new companies that sell solar a lot cheaper than Tesla and that kind of thing, and I think that would be my recommendation, that we in the future do that. I think it would be cool to put a bocce ball and horseshoe ball place behind the tennis courts, and just that would be kind of a fun little thing that wouldn't cost much. But the biggest recommendation, and I think everybody would agree, we just got a budget for it, is to put a clubhouse over where the volleyball courts are. The volleyball courts are not being used for almost never, because the ground and the sand is rough and it's hard to maintain. But a clubhouse would add value to all our houses, and we could have it so maybe even rent it out for events and that kind of thing, so it would be a cash flow to the community, help mitigate our costs, and pay for itself. So I strongly recommend we look into how to build a clubhouse over there to make it so the community could have functions there, and it would be a win-win everywhere we go. So I hope that wasn't too much to listen to. One of the things I would love to have you do is, if you're thinking about selling, or you know somebody is, or buying, I'd love to help you. It's such an honor to be trusted with both the HOA and then now with your home for sale. I'd love to be that guy that you think of when you're going to sell, buy, or invest. So keep me in mind. Call me anytime about anything. I love to hear from you. If you want to vent about something, I'm a great listener. So give me a call. I'd love to hear from you, all right?